and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a footpod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a footpod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. And welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a footpod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a footpod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. And welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live around the world on Facebook, on Twitch.tv, on Mixer and on YouTube. While we're getting everything set up, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Runs and Rides YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/FilmMyRun, on Twitter at FilmMyRun, and you can also go to the website, which is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, and watch me do all the hard work. Okay, here we are. Final day of Tour of Watopia. Oh, I don't know if it's the final day, but it's the final run for me. Stage 5 of Tour of Watopia, and we're in the beach area. I'm not entirely sure what route we're doing actually, but in 20 seconds we're off. Sarah Kate, hello there. Hope you're all right. And everyone who's saying hello to me on the game as well. Anthony Lester and somebody else up there that I can't see now, asking me if I'm streaming. I am, but we're doing a nice, easy, steady run today because I was pretty quick yesterday, so I am quite tired from yesterday's run. So we're off, and you'll notice immediately there are no placings today. because it's a 30-minute run, we are not in places, so it's just 30 minutes of running, and that's it. You don't come first, second or third. Or at least I haven't seen any results on other ones. Maybe there are results at the end, but you're not given a position on the screen here. And as you can see at the top there, 29 minutes to go. I'm watching YouTube and I'm watching Facebook chat. So if you want to say hi, and if you want to ask any questions, you can. I'm going to go very easy today, so I won't be struggling to speak. So if you want to have a bit of banter, by all means, please do. I don't know whose bum that is I'm looking at there. It's not mine, that's for sure. And I haven't had the heater on in the shed quarters today, but I think the sun must have caught it because it's really warm in here. Christoph, thank you very much.
Right on!
I've just noticed also I am getting the ride-on bug, so I'm not seeing any ride-ons dropping. So if you do give me a ride-on during the race, during the run today, thank you very much.
Right on!
Nice and easy today, taking it slowly. Christoph says, going for a new record tonight. Was that a question to me, or are you going for a new record tonight? Steve McPherson's there, just behind me. But actually, there are not a lot of other names that I recognise. Jonathan's doing well, he says. Saint-Pierre Bernier. Sarah Kate says, my usual treadmill is in the gym. So my next Zwift run will be me running around my car park area where I can get a decent Wi-Fi signal and don't have to cross any roads. Nice one, Sarah. So I'm taking the opportunity to message on the run, seeing as I'm not doing a hard workout tonight. I've got the ability to... Oh, I am seeing ride-ons. Eric Slange, thank you very much.
Right on!
Well, maybe nobody's interested in dropping ride-ons tonight then. I haven't got the ride-on bug, I can see them. Darren? Darren says, how are you doing today, Mr. Sub 40? I had got sub 40 previously, you know, Darren. It's not the first time. But yeah, no, it was good to get it after a couple of years, so Yeah, brilliant. Thanks for all those ride-ons that have just dropped. Gabriella and Vidar, thank you.
Right on.
Sarah Jacobson says they just closed the main running path in Chicago, so it looks like it'll be all treadmill for the foreseeable future. Glad I have one. Yes, absolutely. Michael Hasser, thank you.
Right on.
Cheers, Michael. So as I say, easy run today. Just taking it nice and steady. Recovery run from yesterday. Christopher do, thank you very much.
Right on.
And I must thank, and George as well, thank you.
Right on.
I must thank Darren and Adam for for helping me along yesterday. Mario says, push hard, cousins. Andrew Cutmore says, hope you and the family are well. Thank you, Andrew. Yes, we are. All good. Yes, absolutely. So Darren says, new age category. Of course, my first sub 40 as a vet 50. Absolutely. I don't look 50 though, do I? I look 35 still. I know. James Smith, thank you very much for your ride on. And Thierry.
Right on.
I don't know what happened there, but there must have been a bug for the first 5 minutes of the run, and then all the ride-ons are dropping. Darren says, no need to thank us, it was our utmost pleasure. I ran with a bug and afterwards was so happy that the mission was completed. Yes, well, especially if you're not feeling great. Boom! Ryan Downey is in the room. Hello, Ryan. I'm really hoping, though, that at some stage in the not too distant future, I can replicate yesterday's sub 40 in the real world outside, because I never like doing faster on the treadmill than I can do outside. Sussex Geezer, thank you.
Right on.
MDC from Italy.
Right on.
I guess everyone in Italy is on a treadmill at the moment. I just said to Ryan, didn't fancy joining us yesterday, and he's just sticking his tongue out at me on the screen there. Yeah, we were pushing it a little bit yesterday. So look, we're already a third of the way through. So Ryan Downey is tapering this week. He's got a solo marathon that he's going to do. Where are you going to run your solo marathon, Ryan? Darren, I'm not asking him that. I'm sure he can see it on the messenger. So I'm tempted to get my my keyboard and jump through some of the runners and just say hello and give them a ride on. So I think I'll do that while we're early in the run. So we're heading through the volcano then. So it's going to get a bit warmer as we go through the centre of the volcano. So I am going to just go and jump right through to see how far forward I can get. And oh look, Michael Haas is right up there. Hello, Michael. So some people are really going, oh, is that Steve Way? Steve Way's running. Hello, Mr. Way has joined us on Zwift for the first time in about 1 billion years. Right, Tidholm from Sweden is, if it is a race, he's in the lead. And then we've got Richter, also doing 340 per kilometre. Bodes, B. Odes from the UK, heart rate of 159, doing 355 per kilometre. And then it's a bit of a drop back, 7 seconds back to M. Frank from Germany. So Richter from Germany and Frank from Germany, and then we've got Coimbra from Portugal. Hello to you, well done. And Ram from Germany as well. So the Germans are really ramping it up. Well done to them. Doval is walking. He's had enough already. Oh, it looks like he's only just started though. He's got 0 kilometres. So I don't know what's going on there. Luke Carter from the UK. Hello to you, buddy. He's running a nice steady 4:05 per kilometre. And Anthony Lester is not far behind, running a decent 4:10 per kilometre. Lancia from Italy, heart rate of 165 already. Oh no, mind you, we are 13 minutes in, so I suppose 165 is fairly decent. Tidholm and Richter, both very strong runners, says Darren. Yes, definitely are. MDF, very good. MDF from the UK, running 406-ish per kilometre. Lancia we've seen. So these lot are all running together. Ingard from Norway, 4 minutes per kilometre. So all these guys are running around about 4 minutes per kilometre. So that's a 20-minute park run or a 40-minute 10k, maybe just a little bit over that. They're just over 4 minutes per kilometre, all these guys listed here. Morosini from Italy, 4:20 per kilometre. No heart rate though. And Jimenez Lorenz from Spain, 4:10 per kilometre. Cases from Spain as well. So a few Spanish runners in the list here. What's that flag? Lasse from... Anybody tell me that flag? White on one side, red on the other. Not entirely sure. Rogion from France. Hello to you. Nice comfortable heart rate there. And he is really ramping it up. He must be trying to catch everybody. But his heart rate is very decent. 158. Polazan from Italy. Well done to you. Dennis from Canada. Well done to you, my friend. And Bergen, also from Canada. And 3 Canadians all in a row. There's White, 159 heart rate for him. Carrigan Is that, what flag is that? Turkey. So Carrigan from Turkey. And Shapiro, we know Shapiro from Israel, well done to you. And Twig, we also know from Poland, well done. Stevenson from the UK, from the USA. And Rushforth, well done to you from the UK. Is that the first female runner we've seen, M. Rushworth? Let me just go and have a look. Oh, Darren, it's the Maltese flag. I'm so sorry. Where are we? Let's go back up there. There he is, Lasse. Malta, I'm sorry for not recognising your flag. Darren, I do apologise. Thank you, Darren. Malta there. Lasse. Is it pronounced Lasse?
Jack it up.
Middle distance Spanish Olympian, 3:37 for 1500 metres. Who's that, Darren? Tell me who that one is, the Spanish Olympian runner. Let's go back down then. So yeah, we were going to look at Rushforth from the UK. Rushforth is first for the ladies. Again, not that it's a race, but she is the first lady. Mary Rushworth, she has a private profile, but she's got a picture up. So well done, Mary. Oops. Right, let's carry on going down. Angelo from Italy. And Steve Way having a very easy run. Comfortably doing 4:20 per kilometre. P. Jones, well done to you. Seeger from France. And Macaulay from the UK. C. Wallace from the USA, heart rate of 178, pushing it at 4:30 per kilometre. Good for you. And there is Pierre, Saint-Pierre Bernier, talking to me earlier on, heart rate of 182. Good grief. Really going for it. And 4:40 per kilometre. Marquelas from Portugal. And Zuana. Not sure of the flag. 2 red stripes and a white stripe in the middle. Where's that? Again, oh, we've done that one. Carney Killian from Canada. And Cohen from USA, followed by Stanger from the USA. Cohen seems to be doing 5 minutes per kilometre, but is ahead of Stanger, who's doing 4:30 per kilometre. And Wack from France. And Cruz from Poland. And Napa from Australia. There's Michael Hasser, well done to him, we've given him a ride on already. Padroni from Italy, heart rate of 181. Wow, these guys are flying. Really working hard at the sharper end there. Marek, well done to you from Germany. And Somba from Hungary. Good job, buddy. Burst from the UK, heart rate of 158. And there's Mario, half marathon man from the USA. Nice, comfortable 151 per kilometre. Austrian flag. Not Poland. Is it Austria, not Poland, that flag? Back up there. Where are we? There, that's Austria. Oh, is that Austria? Not Poland. Yeah, thank you. Where are we? Linda from Denmark. Well done to Linda. And who's Cunningham? B. Cunningham from the USA. And S. Johnson from the USA. 138 heart rate. Nice and easy. Nice and comfortable for S. Johnson running 5 minutes per kilometre. Ian Antoni from Italy, heart rate of 175, working hard. Stansos from Greece, well done to you. And St. Cyr, CYR from Canada. and Dregley from the USA, Jones from the USA. Right, where's that flag? Layorenko, please somebody tell me what that flag is. Right, okay, so 2 reds, top and bottom, and the white in the middle is Austria. Thank you, Darren. Darren is on the ball today with the flags. Cheers, buddy. And she is an under-20 national team athlete. Awesome. So we've got some really good runners on Zwift. Piret from Belgium, Muller from Germany, followed by another Muller from Germany. Do you reckon that's brothers, or could be brothers, could be husband and husband, of course. Marsan from Canada. I need to keep an eye on the chat because Darren's filling me in with all the flags I don't know. Jay Pinnington from the UK and Napton from the USA. Heart rate of 129 for Napton is taking it very nicely and easily. Milani from the UK. Heart rate of 139 as well, nice and easy. Sozda. So, what are we saying that flag is? White on the top, red on the bottom. So it's not Austria. Is that Poland? I think that must be Poland then. Guerra from Spain. And Polazon has stopped. DD from the UK, well done to you, another female athlete. And Tribulac from Denmark. Basso from France. And Coman from Spain. Did I miss Wheeler there? From the UK, well done to you. Nice muscly body there. I always like the muscly avatars. I always wonder what they must look like in real life. Abraha from Germany. Nyman from Finland. Nymanen from Finland. Well done to you. Divico, female athlete. And Pfeiffer, another female athlete from Australia. Let's have a look at her stats. So this is Hayley Pfeiffer, she's 31, not Australia, New Zealand. She's a level 12 runner, 571 kilometres run on Zwift. Well done to Hayley. Hayley Pfeiffer from New Zealand. At least I got the Poland flag correct, Darren, thank you. Mascarin from Canada, Adkins from the USA. Jaggy from Switzerland, well done to you. And Mallorca from from Holland, well done to you. Dodds, so 2 USA in a row. And Ruzika with a heart rate of 190. Mind you, female heart rates are often higher, but that is a high heart rate, 190 for Ruzika. Let's have a look at hers. So this is Megan Ruzika from the USA. She's 37 years old. She's a level 17 cyclist and a level 7 runner. She's run 167 kilometres on Zwift. She's cycled almost 2,000 kilometres on Zwift. Well done to her. And she has covered 4.3 kilometres in 24.5 minutes. So I've only got 5.5 minutes left of the run. McPherson, well done to you. And Sargent. Bodes. Farrier. Pulfer from Germany. Favreau from Canada. Varland from Norway. C. Dor. And Limek from the USA. Morales, no flag for Morales. If you don't know, by the way, it looks like it's a Canadian flag with no colours, but actually that is the marker that you get when you haven't identified a flag. So Morales has not identified a country that they want to be recognised as being from. Where have we jumped to? Flying Squirrel from the USA and Steve Villa from Italy. Heart rate of 179 from Villa. That is a super high heart rate. She needs to train a lot of aerobic base running, says Darren about that lady with a 190 heart rate. Witek now. There's an interesting one. Who knows what that flag is? Come on, Darren. And anyone else who's watching, tell me what flag Witek has got there. It's all red with a kind of white star in the middle that's just an outline. It's not coloured in. Bullpit from England. So you can identify as being from the UK. Some people identify as just from England. Reimer and McDonald from the USA. Rip Kemmer from Holland. And thank you, Ryan Downey says that flag up there is Hong Kong. Witek is from Hong Kong. Thank you for that. Tyson from France. Sanchez from Spain. Cano from England. Who's this guy? Right, Mr. Downey, some pack lead, somebody or other. Never heard of him. And we're back to me. So we'll just stick at me now for the time being, because I've only got 3 minutes left of the run. So I'm sorry to anyone behind me, but I have been going quite slowly. So most people should have got a mention. Everyone who's ahead of me has a mention and a ride on. So well done to all those people taking part today. De Bruyne, thank you very much for your ride on.
Ride on!
Darren's a bit late with the answer because Ryan Downey got there first. That flag is Hong Kong. So what do we think? So that was a majority kind of Northern Europe. So we had Portugal, Spain, France, Germany, Poland, Austria, and then we had Scandinavia. So we've got Finland, Denmark, Netherlands, Norway, and a Sweden flag as well. I saw so all of the Scandinavian countries, and then lots of USA and Canada as well, and then one or two New Zealand and Australia flags. So we really are represented all over the globe. Could do with a few more African flags, that'd be nice. South Africa we do see quite a lot. Occasionally we see Egypt, but it'd be nice to see some more African flags. And I guess that the Asian flag, we saw Hong Kong there, but I guess things like Thailand, Malaysia, the Philippines, Japan, China, they will all appear when I'm asleep, I guess. Right, Darren is making an excuse for why he was late getting the answer with the flag, in that my stream has a 30-second delay on it. Okay. We'll let you off. So Ryan Downey's just a couple of seconds ahead. Chavez and Wood are behind. Gilson from Iceland. Oh yeah, Iceland. There you go. There's another one. Gilson from Iceland. Krogan from the USA and Haust from Germany. All just a little bit behind me. And we're coming to the end. So I'm going to finish with about 5 kilometres done, which is about right because 6 minutes per kilometre, exactly dead on, should give us exactly 5 kilometres for the half an hour. Well done everybody who took part. Nice recovery run for me, enjoyed that. Going through all the names, hope you're watching this stream afterwards and you're pleased you got a mention. So yeah, South America, yeah, we don't get a lot from South America either, do we? So Africa and South America, come on guys. Let's get you in there. So that is stage 5 of the tour of Watopia over and done with. Actually, I'll just walk it out a bit. Yeah, let's get out of the volcano. Right, so what day is it today? Thursday. So tomorrow, Ryan, I assume you're doing your Friday fartlek run. So I will probably do the Friday fartlek with Ryan at whatever time that is. We'll have to look in the Zwift companion app because I missed it a couple of weeks ago. But I think it's about 6:15, is it? 6:30, something like that. Anyway, if you want to join us for Ryan Downey's Friday fartlek, he's just said he is doing it tomorrow. So look in the Zwift companion app. It will be UK time around about 6:15. And Ryan's now asking me for suggestions for the format. Don't make me do the work. You've got the whole day tomorrow to work out what you're going to do. Minute on, minute off. That's my favourite. I always do minute on, minute off. Or you could do another. You know, the other week you did a pyramid, but then it ended up that it wasn't a pyramid. Why don't we do quite a strict pyramid going up and then coming back down again? So you actually go up to like a fast speed or a long distance and then come back down again at the end. I don't know if we can do that. I don't know. It's up to you. There's so many different things we could do in half an hour's slot, isn't there? Nice bit of work. Just get the heart rate going a couple of times. Right, Darren says, are you up for that half marathon on my birthday, the 5th of April? Right. Jonathan Cost has missed all the fun. Right, a provisional yes, but I've been thinking. Right, I'm going to tell you this now, but it may not happen because we could just stare at each other. We could just do that. Because it's lockdown around the world, nobody's going to work, everybody's off or working from home. It's given us more time. And all the races are cancelled, aren't they? So there's no races to train for. I'm thinking now is the ideal time to do 100 miles on the treadmill. What do you think? 24 hours, 100 miles. And I was actually thinking if I was going to do it, the 4th of April was the day to do it. But maybe we could do it the week after that, or like during the weekday. So that, I'm just putting it out there. That's my thoughts. Hang on. Here we are. That's my thoughts for something I'd like to do in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Is 24 hours on the treadmill and try and cover 100 miles. You're going to do that with me, are you, Ryan? Yeah? No, I'm serious. Do it with me. Jonathan Cost says, I'm glad you lot have the time. I'm working as normal. Okay, well, you can just join us for a little bit of it. I haven't said now, listen, I've put that out there, but I haven't said it's definitely going to happen, right? So when we get to September and I haven't done it, don't come complaining at me. I'm just thinking about it. It's a little idea in my head because I've wanted to do 100 miles on the treadmill for a long time and there's never the right time to do it. So, because I'm either always training for some race or it's just practically impossible because of kids and school and wife and work and all that kind of stuff. But so if there is a time to do it in the next 3, 4, however long this lockdown goes on for, 5 weeks is the time, isn't it? So Sarah Jacobson is suggesting other folks can do a relay who aren't up for the 100. Yes, that's true. I was thinking of setting up as a meetup, but I mean, you know, there's very few people actually going to run the full 100, if anyone. And so I guess it's just a case of kind of click on and click join, run with Stephen probably, if you want to join me for a bit. Darren's going to run some miles with me. Sarah Jacobson says maybe we can turn it into a fundraising event. Well, yeah, I guess so. We could do something like that. And if I'm going to do it, if I'm going to do this, we are going to do the full PRL route in Watopia. No, not the full PRL. That's London. The Mega Pretzel in Watopia. The Mega Pretzel. We'll do that route. Vidar says he's going to come and join us for some hours. Jonathan says go for it. Yeah, so I'm thinking about that, okay? 24 hours on the treadmill, 100 miles in that 24 hours. And it should be fairly doable. It's quite a slow pace all the way. It's 100 miles is 100 miles, isn't it? I'm going to be totally shattered, from halfway onwards. But there we are. We'll see what we can do. So I'll leave you with that. That is Tour of Watopia Stage 5 done. And we've done 5.5 kilometres. So let's stop the treadmill there. I'll wish you a very good night, everybody. Hope you're all well and coping with the shutdown everywhere. Getting out in your garden if you have one, or just getting some fresh air, and enjoying a bit. Do you know what I'm finding? It's so nice and quiet. Apart from when the kids fight, because they're not at school. But apart from that, it's quiet outside, and it feels like the air is fresher because there's less car pollution around. Maybe we should do this, like, apart from all the terrible stuff that's happening, we should do this every year, like take 2-3 weeks where everybody's off work, everybody stays at home and doesn't go out. Yes, Vidar, I'll be doing Fartlek Friday Fartlek tomorrow. So we'll see you then. Take care, everyone. Thanks for the chat. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.